Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Project Mordheim. Or Mordheim? Mordheim. I think that's how you say it anyway. Pretty much, I'm just doing this video to give you an introduction to the project and also to say I'm going to do a big build day on the aegisgaming vanilla server for this map. I'll put the date in the description or the title so you'll know when it is. I don't know yet, but it will be fairly soon. So, date and title or below. Probably both. So, I'm just going to give you an introduction to this. As you can see, it's a lot of stuff around, and I'll just show you around the kind of area. Now, Mordheim is a Warhammer city. It's from the fantasy world, set 500 years before the rest of it. Yeah. It doesn't really matter so much. But more or less, it's a city that was hit by a meteor, made of some magical kind of element, and as such, it's kind of turned to anarchy, kind of chaos and whatnot. Anyway, the idea I had was turn it into a big kind of PvP map. So, as you can see, I've got smart moving on, which allows me to go, oh yes, I do love doing that. But also means that there's stuff like routes and stuff. So, I'm putting on a build day to try and get a bit of the city done. As you can see around me, I have already started. I did this yesterday, so it's very basic. But I more or less want to get the main buildings in the city out of the way. And the city is quite extensive. I'll show you a map later on of that. As you can see, I've kind of just started outlining where I want things to go and what height. So, yes. As you can see over here, we've got the rock. A bit of trouble loading. I haven't got optifine on here, so it might be a bit slow. Bear with it. And there we go. Yeah, this will need a bit of work as well. But as you can see, this is a rock. It's the kind of main castle and the last kind of place of sanity in the whole kind of city. So this is going to be the spawn area. I'll get into that later on. But nonetheless, this is where you'll probably start, or where I'll start the build day. And you can see in here. There we go. Yeah, so I've got this done. Ooh, I haven't got smart moving on the server. It's on my client only, so bear with it. And you can see down here we've got the gates and stuff like that. I've just got a hole through them at the moment. But yeah, anyway, you come out of here and then you've got a city around. And this map is huge. I say huge, it's gigantic. I mean, this is kind of like one small section of it. And you can see this grid that goes above. Well, kind of see it. Without optifine, it generally doesn't load too well, but bear in mind this goes across the entire map I've set up for this. And over here, that stone wall there would mark the boundary of the whole map. Over here, I should get to the bedrock around now. There we go. Yeah, that's just to block off the water. But as you can see, it's bedrock and then it's nothing because I'll just create this whole platform with MC Edit. And down here is just a big kind of gap in between the ground. So yeah, pretty much nothing on the map below or around other than this big ass slab of grass and stone and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, on the build day, ooh, actually that's the point. I can't remember which one. Oh, there we go. I'm moving faster now. I'll keep this on. Right, so anyway, the map about, well, the city you can start to see, we're going to be building, well, I plan to do it on the build days, is build it in big chunks, kind of like one big section at a time. I kind of want to get all the basic buildings done. It doesn't really matter about detailing as yet, I just want to get a kind of good city layout going on. Now, the idea for the city is to pretty much turn it into a map we can't build on after it's finished, but it will be all playable in, all claimable with factions, and then you have stuff like smart moving and Balkan's weapon mod just to spice things up a bit. Ooh. Oh, bit too fast now. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so it should be quite fun, I hope. Other things you can do is you can climb over walls. I'll turn the speed down to normal, or I think it's normal. There we go. So as you can see, you can kind of climb over walls and stuff, so nothing's really an obstacle, but it will slow you down. So you're going to have the whole city, like, each district. I was planning on using factions, so it'll be, like, houses, probably. But you'll be fighting in between them, try and claim as much land. Land will give you some sort of power. I haven't quite worked it out yet, but you get the idea. Well, I hope you get the idea. Anyway, moving on from that. If we fly in this general direction, follow this road, we should get to the big market square. So I've kind of built the city from a map, which I'll put it on the screen now. I'll just try and edit that in after. And on the map, you can see just how big it is. There's a lot of stuff. You can see the rock. That's a big castle we've got back there. Yeah. And then we're just kind of working our way out from there. We're starting on the right side of the river. So it's quite a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of like landmarks and roads and stuff as well. And detailing could go on forever. Which is why we're going to need a lot of people to help with this, and it would be great if you could come and help on the build day. I don't think there's much else really. I mean, if you can see the map, you can kind of get an idea. Each one of those squares is 120 blocks square, so it's quite big. Yeah, from one side of the city to the other, it's 1,500 blocks, and upwards, it's 1,000. So that's a lot of houses. I mean, most of them we can probably weld it in, but there is going to need a lot of landscaping and stuff in between. So, yeah. By all means, if you can come help, that would be absolutely great. And it would help a lot because this will take years without your help. So by all means, come help. I think I'm going to plan to do a competition for something along the lines of best builder or most houses built or most area built or something along that line. But I'll organise that later on. I'll keep you informed on the aegisgaming site if anything occurs like that. So, I'll do another video after this to show you how I want the basic build style to be of the house. But as to, like, customising and everything, you can pretty much be open with it. I mean, I'm not going to be stingy on it. It's a fairly big city, so there's going to be very much variation in it. So, as you can see, I'm in the big ass crater, which is the bottom right of the map, and it's fairly big. I mean, I don't know if this isn't final yet. This is just rough laying out, but at the same time, it's going to be on this scale, so should be fun. There's also going to be you saw that big area underneath. That should be for sewers and stuff, which I've got the Sea Dweller doing at the moment. I don't think he's really started on it yet. He's kind of doing a layout for it, I think. But this should be quite fun, because that means you can go in the sewers to do some dungeons and stuff like that, and then PvP on the surface for control. Which should be awesome if we can get it done. And I would love to get it done, because it's nice to have the project. So I'm going to do the build day for this, and then if some people excel at it, we'll probably allow them access to this map full time if they wanted to. I'm pretty much looking for anyone that really wants to help with this, so if you're interested, leave a comment in this video or message me on the site or put a post in the forum thing, etc. You get the idea. Just contact me somehow if you want to help out full time. That'd be great, really. So other than that, there's not really much else to say. If you want to come see the map, just message me when I'm online and I'll TP you here, and yeah. So, build day. Be there. It'll be really helpful. Ciao.